Silence. All stand and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh. Give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Sana Taba Ali.
May it please the court, I move that Sana Taba Ali be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court. Let Sana Taba Ali be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Batul Al-Mashat.
May it please the court, I move that Batul Al-Mashat be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Batul Al-Mashat be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alice Evelyn Kate Best.
May it please the court, I move that my niece, Alice Evelyn Kate Best, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alice Evelyn Kate Best be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Montana Rose Bissat.
May it please the court, I move that Montana Rose Bissat be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Montana Rose Bissat be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Darcy Isabella Bradley.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter, Darcy Isabella Bradley, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Darcy Isabella Bradley be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nicholas John Cavassini.
May it please the court, I move that Nicholas John Cavassini be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nicholas John Cavassini be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yuja Chen.
May it please the court, I move that Yuja Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yuja Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rachel Chloe Chomik.
May it please the court, I move that Rachel Chloe Chomik be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Rachel Chloe Chomik be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Catherine Annette Cross.
May it please the court, I move that Catherine Annette Cross be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Catherine Annette Cross be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Isabella Delane Davies.
May it please the court, I move that Isabella Delane Davies be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Isabella Delane Davies be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Liam John Devlin.
May it please the court, I move that Liam John Devlin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Liam John Devlin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Joshua Enoch.
May it please the court, I move that Joshua Enoch be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Joshua Enoch be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Dylan James Ferguson.
May it please the court, I move that my son Dylan James Ferguson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Dylan James Ferguson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rayanne Hussein.
May it please the court, I move that my wife Rayanne Hussein be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Rayanne Hussein be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alice Louise Jamison.
May it please the court, I move that Alice Louise Jamison be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alice Louise Jamison be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ingrid Christiana Jones.
May it please the court, I move that Ingrid Christiana Jones be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ingrid Christiana Jones be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mahmood Juma.
May it please the court, I move that Mahmood Juma be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mahmood Juma be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Cassidy Amber Kerr.
May it please the court, I move that my sister, Cassidy Amber Kerr, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Cassidy Amber Kerr be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lydia Sarah Kim.
May it please the court, I move that Lydia Sarah Kim be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lydia Sarah Kim be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chi Xing Lao.
May it please the court, I move that Chi Xing Lao be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chi Xing Lao be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Gavin Kawai Lao.
May it please the court, I move that Gavin Kawai Lau be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Gavin Kawai Lau be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yang Peng Lo.
May it please the court, I move that Yang Peng Lo be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yang Peng Lo be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Harley Zena McIntosh.
May it please the court, I move that Harley Zena McIntosh be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Harley Zena McIntosh be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Finn Tyrone McAuliffe McNamara.
May it please the court, I move that Finn Tyrone McAuliffe McNamara be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Finn Tyrone McAuliffe McNamara be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Matthew Murphy.
May it please the court, I move Matthew Murphy be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Matthew Murphy be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jarrett Ronald Potter.
May it please the court, I move that Jared Ronald Potter be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jared Ronald Potter be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tamina Farah Rashid.
May it please the court, I move that Tamina Farah Rashid be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tamina Farah Rashid be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Abigail Marie Ryan.
May it please the court, I move that Abigail Marie Ryan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Abigail Marie Ryan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Martin Soipamise.
May it please the court, I move that Martin Fapmixay be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Martin Spabnissay be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Fariha Sadiq.
May it please the court, I move that Fariha Sadiq be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Fariha Sadiq be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lisa Ann Sanders.
May it please the court, I move that Lisa Ann Sanders be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lisa Ann Sanders be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Antigone Salas.
May it please the court, I move that Antigone Salas be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Antigone Salas be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Najma Sawa.
May it please the court, I move that my sister Najma Sawa be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Najma Sawa be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Charlotte Louise Scully.
May it please the court, I move that Charlotte Louise Scully be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Charlotte Louise Scully be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Amy Skinstad.
May it please the court, I move that Amy Skinstad be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Amy Skinstad be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ishana Rahin Srivastav Khan.
May it please the court, I move that Ashana Rahim Srivastav Khan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ishana Rahin Srivasta Khan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Matthew John Walsh Stevens.
May it please the court, I move that Matthew John Walsh Stevens be admitted as a legal practitioner of this honourable court.
Let Matthew John Walsh Stevens be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jack Thomas Strutt.
May it please the court, I move that Jack Thomas Strutt be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jack Thomas Strutt be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Shafali Sankar.
May it please the court, I move that Shafali Sankar be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Shafali Sankar be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Matita Shawnee Farmalea Taifu.
May it please the court, I move that Matita Shawnee Famalea Taifu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Matita Shawnee Famalea Taifu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alyssa Marie Taylor.
May it please the court, I move that Alyssa Marie Taylor be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alyssa Marie Taylor be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Wei Lin Joanna Teo.
May it please the court, I move that Wei Lin Joanna Teo be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Wei Lin Joanna Teo be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Samantha Louise Urquhart.
May it please the court, I move that my niece, Samantha Louise Urquhart, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Samantha Louise Urquhart be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Miles Alexander Van Ryn.
May it please the court, I move that Miles Alexander Van Ryn be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Miles Alexander Van Ryn be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Stephen Peter Walker.
May it please the court, I move that Stephen Peter Walker be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Stephen Peter Walker be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alyssa Octavia Cassandra Whiffen.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter Alyssa Cassandra
Alyssa Octavia Cassandra Whiffen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alyssa Octavia Cassandra Whitten be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Thomas Bruce York.
May it please the court, I move that Thomas Bruce York be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Thomas Bruce York be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Bo Yuan.
May it please the court, I move that Bo Yuan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Bo Yuan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rao Kasim Zahid.
May it please the court, I move that Rao Kasim Zahid be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Rao Kasim Zahid be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yang Yu Zhao.
May it please the court, I move that Yang Yu Zhao be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yang Zhu Zhao be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Xi Yanzu.
May it please the court, I move that Ziyan Zhu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ziyan Zhu be admitted as a lawyer of this court. It will now be necessary for those whose admissions have just been moved to swear an oath or to make an affirmation. Would all newly admitted lawyers please stand as directed by the officiating officer?
If the first two rows here on my right could please stand. Sana Teba Ali. Batol Al-Mashat. Alice Evelyn Kate Best. Montana Rose Bissat. Darcy Isabella Bradley. Nicholas John Cavassini. Yuja Chen. Rachel Chloe Chomik. Catherine Annette Cross. Isabella Delane Davies. Liam John Devlin. Joshua Enoch. Dylan James Ferguson. Rayanne Hussein. Alice Louise Jamison. Ingrid Christiana Jones. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state, according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
So help me God.
You may take a seat. If the next two rows at the back could please stand. Mahmood Juma. Cassidy Amber Kerr. Lydia Sarah Kim. Chi Xing Lau. Gavin Kawe Lau. Yang Peng Lo. Harley Zena McIntosh. Finn Tyrone McAuliffe McNamara. Matthew Murphy. Jarrett Ronald Potter. Tamina Farah Rashid. Abigail Marie Ryan. Martin Soipa Mise. Fariha Sadiq. Lisa Ann Sanders. Antigone Salas. Najma Sawar. Charlotte Louise Scully. Amy Skinstad. Ishana Raheen Srivastav Khan. Matthew John Walsh Stevens. Jack Thomas Strutt. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourself in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state, according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? You may take a seat. If the two rows on my left can please stand. Shafali Sankar. Matita Shawnee Farmalea Tayafu. Alyssa Marie Taylor. Waylin Joanna Teo. Samantha Louise Urquhart. Miles Alexander Van Ryn. Stephen Peter Walker. Alyssa Octavia Cassandra Whiffen. Thomas Bruce York. Bo Yuan. Rao Kasim Zahid. Yangyu Zhao. Ziyan Zhu. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state, according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? You may take a seat.
Now that the formal part of the proceedings is complete, I would like, on behalf of the Chief Justice and all of the judges of this court, to welcome you warmly and to welcome your family and friends to the Supreme Court of New South Wales, including those who are here virtually by watching the ceremony online. I am Justice Ward, the President of the Court of Appeal, and I have the honour to represent the Chief Justice at today's very special ceremony for each of our newly admitted lawyers. Present with me on the bench today is Justice Mitchell Moore to my right, who is a Judge of Appeal, and Justice McHugh to my left, who is also a Judge of Appeal. So this appellate court constitutes the bench who, in the exercise of its discretion, has admitted each of you to practice. I also welcome on the bench today, further to my left, Justice Lee from the Federal Court of Australia. I begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today, the Gadigal of the Eora Nation, and I pay my respects to their elders past and present. I recognise the long-standing and enduring traditions and customs of our First Nations peoples and their deep connection to the land. I also welcome any First Nations peoples here today or watching the ceremony online. In May this year, the court to which you have just been admitted as officers of the court celebrated its 200th anniversary. It is, you might be surprised to learn, one of the oldest continuing courts in the common law world. That is something of which we, and I hope now you, are immensely proud. We had a tremendous celebration with a ceremonial sitting in this courtroom on that occasion, and the courtroom was overflowing. We had a very moving welcome to country by an Indigenous barrister and a spectacular performance on the didgeridoo by a musician from the Sydney Symphony. There is a YouTube video of the ceremony and available on the court's website, and I urge you to watch it and to hear the very significant speeches that were made on that occasion. To all the newly admitted lawyers, you are the shining stars of today's ceremony, and it is a very great pleasure to welcome each of you individually to the legal profession of this state. It is now over 40 years since I was admitted as a solicitor in this very same courtroom. I well recall the solemnity of the occasion and the searching gaze of the then Chief Justice, Sir Lawrence Street, as each lawyer was admitted. I have tried but no doubt failed dismally to emulate the penetrating stare of Sir Lawrence on that occasion. I also recall the excitement and pride of my parents who were here to witness the ceremony, the very first time that either of them had set foot in a court, let alone the Banco court. Little did I imagine, or could they have dreamt, that one day I would be presiding over just such a ceremony. Perhaps that particular honour lies in the future for one of today's cohort of newly admitted lawyers. I have referred to my own admission ceremony, now obviously part of ancient history, for a number of reasons. First, because although much has changed in the legal profession over the years, the traditions and fundamental ethos of our profession have not. In being admitted as a lawyer today, you have each joined a centuries-old profession with ancient origins. The custom of advocates swearing an admissions oath is one that dates back to the 12th century. You may well think our wigs and robes date back almost as far. The Supreme Court was established in 1823 and admitted lawyers to practice in 1824. By 1830, the names of lawyers were entered onto rolls in this state, as yours will be after the ceremony. So you have now become part of this tradition some 200 years later. It may be that for some of you, or more likely your family and friends, that will feel like how long you have been studying to get to this point in your career. The continuing traditions of our legal profession are important to acknowledge, particularly in this court's bicentennial year. At the heart of our system of law is the direct relationship between the court and lawyers as officers of the court. The oath or affirmation you have made today, witnessed by your family and peers, is a serious one and deserves solemn regard. You must always remember that admission as a member of the legal profession is a privilege, not a right. Importantly, today you assume ethical obligations over and above those demanded of you as members of the community. The legal profession is dedicated to upholding the rule of law, one of the most important pillars of a peaceful and democratic society. The standards expected of legal professionals are therefore correspondingly high. As lawyers, in whatever area of law you practice in, you should be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice. You will owe onerous duties to your clients, but your paramount duty is to the court. Among the obligations you acquire to the court are a duty of full disclosure of the relevant law, a duty of candour not to mislead the court or knowingly to permit your client to do so, a duty to refuse to permit the commencement or continuance of baseless proceedings, a duty to exercise care before making allegations of misconduct against any other person, a duty not to assist any form of improper conduct, and a duty to conduct cases before the court efficiently. Your duty to the court requires that you comply faithfully with those ethical obligations, no matter what pressures may be placed upon you, and no matter that they may conflict at times with your client's wishes or desires. It is in acknowledgement of this weighty responsibility that we observe today's unique formalities. But not everything in the legal profession has remained unchanged over the years. Some of those changes are the product of changes in our society. When I commenced practice as a solicitor, women did not occupy senior positions in the law. There were no female partners in the large commercial law firms. There was only a handful of female silks, and there were no female judges on this court. And women who appeared in court were not seen if they wore trousers. How the world has changed since then. Not only are women now seen at the highest levels in our profession, some are even admitted wearing power suits today. Some of those changes are the product of technological developments. When I first commenced practice as a solicitor, our firm had Wang computers, and they occupied almost a whole floor of the building. The latest innovation at the time was the telex machine, or perhaps the golf ball typewriter. Today, you will no doubt work in offices where the computer capacity appears endless, but the space occupied by computers is conversely very small, and communication is almost instantaneous. Flexible working arrangements are de rigueur. Of course, with those changes comes increasing work pressures. Clients, particularly who demand instantaneous delivery of legal services, and it also comes with unforeseen dangers, such as the lawyer stuck behind a kitten Zoom filter. The change that is most important for the future of our profession is the increasing diversity of the profession, and you are visible proof of that diversity. You will each have taken a different, although in some cases similar, path to join the legal profession. You come from different homes, different backgrounds, and different cultures. Some of you, like me, will be the first in your family to have studied law. Some of you will have had the good fortune to be able to debate legal propositions with other lawyers in your family, your parents, your siblings, or other relatives. You may even have been able to point out to them the errors of their legal thinking. You will bring to the practice of law different experiences and perspectives, and you will no doubt have different expectations and aspirations for your career. The legal profession and the administration of justice are both enriched by that diversity. Diverse representation amongst the legal profession ensures that all people who become involved in our justice system can and feel that they can be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a system reflective of our broader community that is important to the maintenance of the rule of law. The second reason that I referred earlier to my own admission ceremony is that today is a day for celebration, not just for you, but also for your family and friends. Certainly, you will all have worked extremely hard to reach today's milestone, perhaps through caffeine-fueled nights and obscure problem questions, almost certainly through reading more cases than you can hope to remember. And you are entitled to be proud of your achievements. But so also are your family and friends entitled to be proud of you. And no doubt many of them will feel that they are almost equally qualified to be admitted here today, having shared the knowledge of law that you have gained over the years And no doubt many have been on the receiving end of your finely honed skills of advocacy. But fascinating as the law is, many may well feel they now know more about snails in ginger beer bottles and the cannibalisation of shipwrecked cabin boys than it was ever necessary for them to know. I have no doubt that your family and friends will have played an important role in assisting you to reach today's achievements. And today is a day when you can celebrate together those achievements. You have now entered the real legal world, so to speak. In legal practice, you will now encounter the reality of that world, of eggshell skulls and peppercorn rents, and perhaps even Kafkaesque claims. You may meet the mysterious reasonable person, and you will have to apply the Constitution with an understanding that it consists of so much more than the vibe of the thing. You will be called upon as an advisor, problem solver, a mediator, an advocate for the marginalised. You will learn the mysteries of time costing and the pressures of running a legal practice. But as you go about your day-to-day work, remember that you are not merely dealing with the law in a vacuum, but the law as it applies to people's lives. And if you are under the impression that this was an end to your studies, then it is my unpalatable duty to tell you that you were wrong. There will always be something new to learn, as we judges regularly find out when so informed by counsel appearing before us. As lawyers, there is no risk that you will suffer from a bibliophobia, which all of you will understand is a fear of lack of reading material. There is no doubt that law can be a stressful occupation. It is important to remember that notwithstanding that you are a diverse group, you now share a common membership of the legal profession. Clients, unsurprisingly, are often demanding. Work may not progress in the way in which you might have hoped. You may, and surely this will be rare, encounter difficulty persuading a judge of the wisdom of your arguments or the merits of your client's case. In those times, the support of your peers will be invaluable. Remember to make use of that support. In that context, I propose now to call upon two representatives from the New South Wales Bar Association and the Law Society, respectively, to say a few words of encouragement and support. Thank you.
May it please the Court, I begin by respectfully joining in Your Honour's acknowledgement of the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, their elders past and present, and other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander persons, including those who may be present here today. My name is David Townsend, and I have been practising for 4 years at the bar, predominantly in commercial law, equity, and class actions. Admittees, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, welcome to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, and while also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and new technology, and importantly to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of solicitors and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community, and the bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds. Admittees, the person who walked into this courtroom is not the same as the one who will walk out. You entered as a student at law, but you will leave as a lawyer, an officer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, one of the oldest institutions of justice in the country, and as we've heard, one of the oldest institutions of justice in the entire common law world. It is an honour to be a lawyer, and in my case, a barrister. Along with the government, the police, the judiciary, and others, lawyers are the columns upon which the whole edifice of the rule of law is built. I am proud, as I hope you will be too, to be a member of the legal profession. As a barrister, I get to work with intelligent people, many of them my opponents, to use reason, common sense, and humanity to help the court to arrive at solutions to difficult problems of law. It's a serious responsibility, and it can be quite a challenge at times, but it's very satisfying to know that I can help my clients by giving expert advice and by appearing and speaking for them in courts like this one. In fact, as a barrister, I sometimes feel that I have, in Theodore Roosevelt's words, won what is far and away the best prize that life has to offer, the chance to work hard at work worth doing. Many come to the bar after several years' practice as a solicitor first, and there is great value in learning how to litigate as a solicitor before taking on the role of being a barrister. However, you should not assume that there is some sort of set path to the bar. I, for instance, came with more experience as an academic than a solicitor and more overseas than in Australia. In fact, in my career before coming to the bar, I've been at various times a volunteer zookeeper and a leader of luxury wine tours in Italy. And let me tell you, those experiences are more useful than you would expect at the bar. On commencing as a barrister, I found myself actively welcomed by more senior colleagues and wonderfully supported by my colleagues and my tutors, many of whom have become close and genuine friends. Through coming to the bar, I even ended up meeting my wife, whose admission I moved in this court just a couple of months ago and over which the president also presided. I found that the experiences that I brought to the bar were valued by my colleagues, and I have found that my own professional life is enriched by the diversity of backgrounds and experiences of my fellows at the bar. Now, if this sounds like your kind of place, I would encourage you to consider joining the New South Wales Bar too. I think you might enjoy it. If you're interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website, and each year there is a Career at the Bar open day. In your first year of practice, as a reader, you receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority who meet with you weekly, review your work, and teach you practical skills. But the support you will receive is not limited to those 2 barristers, and the bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including a new barristers committee, of which I'm one of the co-chairs this year, and which organises social and educational functions for 0 to 5 year barristers like me, and a diversity and equality committee, which promotes one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association, to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual orientation. Whether as a solicitor or a barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or the Bar Association and to use your skills to assist your community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others, to practice your profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession and I congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this honourable court. May it please the court.
Thank you, Mr. Townsend. And as a representative of the New South Wales Law Society, Ms. Elston, do you move?
May it please the court. My name is Diane Elston, and it is my privilege to be here today. Once I stood where you are standing today, and what a day it is. You are here being admitted to the Supreme Court role as the final step at the end of a long and arduous journey. You should all feel immensely proud of what you have achieved thus far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea of what to expect. It was not always easy. Often, it was overwhelming. But as I stand here today, after almost 11 years working as a solicitor in private practice and the public sector, I can tell you I've learned a thing or two. One of the most important things I've learned is the importance of belonging to a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community, and one to which you now belong. The Law Society of New South Wales is the home of that community, with our 30,000 members flung far and wide across the state. We are bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, our desire to connect, and our drive to give back to the community and uphold the rule of law. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial. That is why I have been part of the Law Society of New South Wales for many years, and earlier in my career, the New South Wales Young Lawyers. Here, I have found friendship, inspiration, guidance, and support when I needed it most, as well as opportunities to advocate and join committees. By joining the Law Society of New South Wales and Young Lawyers, you will gain access to professional support, conferences, events, and a wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, and volunteer opportunities. It is the role of the Law Society to ensure that you, as newly minted solicitors, can thrive and succeed in your new profession. So again, congratulations to you all. Look us up or speak to your employer. We look forward to welcoming you into the Law Society community.
Thank you, Ms. Elston. In closing, can I say that in my experience, the law is a wonderful profession, stimulating, challenging and satisfying, and populated by intellectual, committed and dynamic people. On an appeal not so long ago, over which I was presiding, Senior Counsel made the somewhat surprising submission to the effect that at some stage in every lawyer's career, that lawyer will say, "I don't want to be a lawyer, I want to be a television producer." Well, I can say that submission was not particularly persuasive. Apart from the fact that I am notoriously camera shy, I've never regretted my decision to become a lawyer. You should be proud to be a lawyer, and you should strive to perform your obligations so that you can remain proud to be a lawyer. You are also a very fortunate cohort. After this ceremony, when you move to the lobby of the court to sign the roll and receive your certificate of admission, you will also be presented gratis with a copy of the court's recently published bicentenary history as a memento of your admission in this bicentennial year. I do hope that you take time to read it and to enjoy it. It has a wealth of fascinating information in it about the court of which you have each just become an officer. On behalf of all the judges of the Supreme Court, and particularly those with me on the bench today, Justice Mitchell-Moore and Justice McHugh, I offer again my sincere congratulations on your admission and welcome you to the legal profession. I hope you enjoy appropriate celebrations with your family and friends. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.